As Master Masons, one of our working tools is the 24-inch gauge. 24-inch gauge is divided into 3 sections: 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, and 8 hours for, effectively, to recreate. This planning is what makes it so that we can put together our lives, not just separated between work and pleasure. But once you master or learn how to better use your 24-inch gauge, then you can take it to the next level. A master knows how to lay out the work. A master of the work can look at the big picture. A master sees the entire project and knows that the little details, if they're not paid attention to, can become big problems later on. It's the same thing in Freemasonry, and that's one of the things that makes it so that Freemasons can, as they're laying out their life's work, can make sure that they don't have stumbling blocks that other folks do. Let me give you an example of the difference between how a journeyman thinks, or a fellow craft, and how a master thinks. When I was a young tradesman, I saw a worker that was drilling through a support wall in order to run his electrical wires through. Now, had I not said, "Oh Lord, my God, what are you doing?" I looked at it and I said, "You're going to collapse the building. Stop." And that's what I told him. Do not continue to drill through that support wall. If you drill through that support wall, this whole building is going to go down. What we ended up doing is we ended up working the wires around in a different way, continuing to make it so that the project worked. And that's the difference between how a master thinks of something and how a workman, such as a journeyman or a fellow craft, looks at things. A Freemason looks at the big picture, not just one little section. And that's how a master thinks.